Hey YouTube, Jedi Fuka here, and in today's video we are running the Elemental Ice domain, a free-to-play team. Now I know not all you guys are going to have all the epics, so I'm going to get the comics of, oh, this is not free-to-play. Guys, this is as free-to-play as it gets for trying to push Stage 5 on here. Keep in mind, whenever I played last season, most of us didn't beat all the stage 5s, especially those of us who were playing free-to-play low spenders, because we just didn't have the champions. So you may not get this far in this season, but if you have these champions, then it's going to show you that you can still get up to stage 5. If not, then you're probably only going to be hitting stage 4 more than likely throughout the season, and then next season you might be hitting stage 5. But either way, I'm going to give you guys a team so you can at least try to hit that stage 5 if you're doing your free to play. Before we get into there, let's jump up here. I do want to show you guys our world bonuses that we're running here. Whenever I first beat this one on stage 5, I had through the accuracy up the 40, which did help me out a lot. But you mainly want to make sure you have these first 3, the 15% up. So it's going to take maybe a day or two for your clan to help you get there. Hopefully you guys are in a good clan helping you run. And I do want to go to the Psi Core real quick and show you where we're at on there, because this also helps a lot. My Psi Core is super stacked, so depending on which elemental one you're doing, I had to get these up for my elemental cores. So for my fire poison, we do have that extra elemental damage. And then over here, we are running the fire poison damage here. We're up 2 bars on there, not all 3. I do not have the damage reduction, so if you have the damage reduction, if that's the team you focused on, that's going to make it a little bit easier for you. We're going to jump in here. We're going to show you guys our setup and our team, and we're going to go from there. So from right here, this is how we got our guys lined up. The main important things with this lineup is we have our attack unit. Our heaviest hitter up here is going to be Eric, the free-to-play legendary. He's moved out of the way for the final boss. So we have our tank here. We're using Ancestral Protection Gear. I'm going to go over the gear a little bit more here at the end of the video too, but Ancestral Protection Gear to help him absorb some damage. We got a little bit of accuracy with the Crown of the Unclean, trying to hit 190, because with those bonuses that gives him enough to land it. This is not super necessary. He doesn't usually land the defense, well, go away. He doesn't usually land the defense down where we want it to every time, but it does help out a little bit. If you can get it. If you don't have it, that's not as big of a deal. We have Vika here. We're using this Brotherhood Spirit gear, keeping that attack going for our team. Also gives him some skill haste. For his artifact, I did go with this Incense, or the Incense Burner. Now this is not 100% necessary. Is usually with his skill haste, he gets a special up where we need it, and I'm usually just holding it for certain times of using it. So you could replace this with just about anything else. I just like it and I have it on him, and I'm not using the mirror on him because I'm using it on Hexandra. So here's our Hexandra build here. Now for her, where Hexandra is sitting, she doesn't take a lot of damage from the units, as you'll see as we go through the battle. So I did put her also in an Ancestral Protection gear to help absorb some of the blows from my 2 damage dealers to keep them alive. So there's basically our strategy here. Is what we're doing is our tank and one of our healers are helping take some damage. Our other healers keeping their attack up, and then we just got these 2 melting. Now for gear on our attack units, I've gone with the Executioner sets to break that defense. I've played around with different gear between this and the Gambler set. Gambler sets do usually do the most damage on bosses. However, this Executioner set, to me, was doing the most damage and helping us break through the waves, which is also something really hard. Now Tonalin, when you're building them, when you do those stats, remember you only need 80% crit rate. So we're a little up on the crit rate. Lots of attack and only a little bit of crit damage, but you do need to push some HP defense. So we did do a defense chest on them with the crit rate, and then the runes I did do one that was defense. So that's to help out with his survivability. And then we have Eric here. I do have Eric scrolled out. If you have another wild legendary healer, they're probably going to be better, but I have Eric. I have him built up, and he's a free to play champion, so I'm showing you guys with him. Now for Eric on the chest, we do have a HP percentage chest. Now either HP or defense, you just want to push one of these up enough to keep the survivability going. If you get a little more defense, it would be a lot better. And then on our runes here, we are doing a defense 1 to keep that up, and crit damage. So you'll see we got 100% crit damage, 158% crit damage, 100% crit rate, and that's the stats on him. Now for food, make sure you guys are definitely using food. We are going to be using this one right here, the max HP 10% and the tack. It's only an epic food, so you could definitely use it. This is just to show you guys that food is definitely going to be helping. This is to help our survivability with that HP. However, you could definitely go with one of your legendary ones like this fire attack here if you wanted to. Anyways, guys, we're going to get right into it, show you guys how this battle works out. And now we're going to come in here. He's going to hit. Boom. Now we need to take out one of these back units. We're going to go for this guy right here because we got that defense down on him. And like I said, this is not an easy fight. You'll see we get pretty close to dying there. Now we should be back up. Get that heal out. Alright, now we'll get everyone healed up before the next round and get our specials recharged. Alright, so what I do here is you have two attackers in the back. If one of them gets the defense down, that's the one I go after. There we go, wiped him out before he could do anything. Okay, let's get our cleanses. We keep that attack up moving. Now right here, I'm going to go after this guy in the back. And that will take out their attackers. Now the goal here is that we want to end this battle with our moves recharged. And the enemies our specials charged up, and then our health bars filled up. There we go. As this one starts, we are going to start with Furbath here. Hopefully we can land the defense down. Actually, I'll have attack up. I don't know why I'm doing that first. I should have saved that, but that's fine. We're going to hit Furbath right here. I want to take Furbath out before he can start healing up the boss. Boss is going to jump to our back line. Heal up there, heal up there. Alright, so now once we're to this point with these two left, I want to focus on wiping out this boss as best I can. A lot of times one of my attackers is going to fall before we can finish killing the boss, and as long as we get his health low enough, we're going to be good. Oh, didn't quite get that heal off in time. That's not fun, but okay, here we go. Now you'll see the reason why I have Eric back here is he's not getting hit by the boss right now when he does that jump. And that's gonna keep us alive long enough to milk this bar down. And what'll happen is when the boss kills him, he's gonna jump over to Eric normally. But he's not gonna survive long enough to jump to Eric. And there we go. That's our victory on there. So a few key things to know. Like I said, guys, this is not 100% win rate, so it's going to take a few runs to get there. But just so quick review, you guys can see all my stuff. Our bonus is here. Like I said, first time I beat this, I was through the accuracy resistance. You mostly need the HP, attack, and defense. These three right here is the important one, so hopefully your clans will push you up there. I know some of you are just starting this, so it was 3 days into the server whenever I beat this because I was waiting for those bonuses. My haul, I do have maxed out on the initial part, and then I did get the extra damage added to them Um, you may not need that, but it's definitely a major help. It'll help you with some of your gear requirements. Now for the setup here, like you saw when we get to the boss, he will jump to the largest group, but he also likes to pick one that has an attacker. I put my hardest hitter by themselves up here so that he tries to avoid the boss hitting him, and also because he's my squishiest, he tends to die not generally the first time the boss hits, but a lot of times before the second move even goes off, he'll end up falling. If not, he'll die on the second move. So we keep him up here, keep him a little bit safe. Our tank, we use that ancestral protection gear. Horus here can soak up plenty of damage. There's no reason not to do it. Now I am using the Crown of the Unclean and this accuracy rune, just for a little bit of extra, trying to drop that decreased defense. This isn't 100% necessary. If you're having survivability issues, use one of your defense ones, but I don't have anyone else who can use this defense down. So if you have this or Witch's Remains, it's a good idea to do it. The reason why this works so well is his accuracy is only at 196, but we only need 190 because we're getting this 40 accuracy bonus right here, and we're getting a 50 accuracy bonus in here. So keep that in mind if you don't have your psych core and stuff all leveled out and you're not up on here, you're not going to get that extra accuracy. But like I said, that's not 100% necessary. Now Vikhook here, the main thing with him is that you want to get this ancestral equipment here, keep this extra attack going on the allies. That's going to help with your damage a lot. And then for the rest of his stats, I did try to get that 190 accuracy just to get that decreased attack every now and then. That does help when it lands. However, because it's on his A2 and you can't control it, it's also not 100% necessary. But if you have this guy, I definitely recommend building him somewhat like this. I'm using this just so that he can get his ultimate moving a lot faster. Once again, this is something that's not 100% necessary. He is mostly in there to keep up the hills, keep up the cleanses from the frost. If you don't have him, then maybe doing like a Fur Bath Hexandra combo will help you out, because most of your team is melee, so you could try that if you have Fur Bath. If not, you'll just have to go through your champions and slot in who you can. And then Hexandra over here, which everyone should have Hexandra. You get her for free, so you'll have her. Definitely need to scroll her out for this. If you can scroll out your other champions, the more you can scroll out, the better. But same thing, we want that protection gear here so she can help soak up some of the damage. The reason being is for healer, she actually can take some hits, but she's not hitting any frontline hits. She doesn't get hit a whole lot, as you guys see going throughout that battle. So it gives her a little extra utility to take that extra damage. And then we use the Mirror of the Living here to give her a little extra healing. This is a very OP epic artifact. If you don't have it, I would consider making that one of the ones you get. For me, I did the Crown of the Unclean first, and I did this one second. And as you can see, I use them all the time. As far as scrolling heroes out, I have everyone in here full scrolls. If you have a different wild legendary, you can replace Eric with whoever else you have. I just like this combo right here because, for one, this is a fairly free to play combo, and both of these two guys can do some damage, as you see. Like I said, just in the waves, the main thing is you want to melt some damage dealers down in the back first so they don't kill you. The first wave is the hardest. You'll see I almost died with Tunnel in there. Usually the first wave, I have like probably 60 to 70% win rate. So I'll come in here, lose a battle, go back, redo it again, win a battle. And then the next hard battle is the boss fight, just getting the boss melted down and getting him killed. But anyways, guys, that's the run. I hope it helps you out. Y'all have a good one.